Welcome back to another episode of The Banana Show. I'm your host, Anna Banana, and today we're going to talk about social media and mental illness. Now, I quit social media for 2 weeks and I want to share the positives that happen and the negatives and others. But first, I want to talk about the pros and cons of social media. Now, let's get into it. So, the pros of social media. If you have a small business, it's very great for promotion and advertisement, especially for young people like me who don't have the funds or capital to promote our businesses. Social media serves as a good tool for that because you can just use hashtags and people will see your content. I have had situations where authors reach out to me to be on my podcast, to send their books for me to read and promote. I've had situations where I've had my first, international person performer on my podcast because of Instagram and because of my Instagram hashtags. So, social media is very good when it comes to small businesses, and it's very good to reach out to your market instead of just promoting all over the place. So yeah, social media serves a good purpose. It's also, a place where you can connect to friends and family, although I don't feel like social media is used for that anymore per se. That's just my opinion. Um, what else? What else? What else? You can use social media for inspiration. That's mostly Instagram for inspiration because it's picture based mostly. And I would consider Pinterest a social media, but I usually go to Pinterest when I want inspiration on decor and stuff like that. So social media does serve a purpose, but it's the overuse that's the problem because people and the whole media itself, everything has a shadow area and it has a shadow thing about it. And anything that's consumed in excess is normally never good for you. So moderation is key. When it comes to social media, the negatives is that when you look at other people, you look at family and friends, you start to compare yourself to others, wondering, why you're not achieving like everyone else seems to be achieving, why you're not at a certain place in your life where you see others, are at. The How would I put this? To be perfect, to be the epitome of perfection. Social media kind of shapes shift your mind to think that certain thing is wrong. Certain things are wrong. If you look a certain way, that's wrong. It If you are on it too much, it kind of takes away from your individuality because you try to fit in as best as possible. Um, you gravitate to a fast paced life. You find yourself taking more pictures than, enjoying the actual moment of your vacation or wherever you go. Let's see. There is more to it. The negative information that you consume, it does have an effect on you because sometimes you can experience information overload, and there's other negative things that comes with social media, along with taking away from your individuality. It makes you feel as if you cannot disagree. The moment your opinion is opposite, there is somebody that's always angry with you because of your view, when it's expected that people are naturally going to disagree with you, but not in the world of social media. You see me? So social media have a lot of negative connotations to it, and as well as positive. And here's what I realized in my 2 weeks break. So in my 2 weeks break, when I deleted social media, I was in the process of moving. So because I had a lot on my plate, I didn't even realize that it was gone. And then when you finally sit down to take a breather, you find yourself going back to the position of where the apps were, and you're like, oh shit, I actually deleted it. You find yourself being more productive, finding more things to do with your hands and your eyes. You find more things to do, you're more productive. I, because I moved, there was a lot of cleaning to do. So I was pretty productive and pretty active. And I realized if I sit down for too long, I start to get bored. And one thing with me, when I start to get bored, I start to get depressed because it's like all the negative feelings and the negative emotions just comes into your mind when you don't have anything to do. Like I can't sit still unless I'm meditating because I don't feel like it's good for me personally. So I find myself being more spiritual. I find myself having more positive mornings where I meditate and journal. I find myself being more productive. I find myself at ease because I wasn't hearing any negative information. Where I move, I don't have a TV right now, so I wasn't watching a lot of news. I don't know what is going on in news, negative or positive. I actually don't know. I'm not scrolling, so I don't know what's happening at all. So I am not experiencing information overload. Um, I did a lot of reading. Yeah, I think I read like 12 books. Mm, around that area, mostly Audible, but some of them are actual books on my phone as well. So I read a lot. There's a lot of time to read. There's a lot of time to get in contact with myself, get in touch with my spirituality, be more self-aware. But I can admit that I did miss the memes. I missed the animal videos. I missed um yeah, the memes and the animal videos. But I did not miss the self comparison. I did not miss the things that just negatively just makes me feel negative overall. And I can say that for the past 2 weeks, my mind has not been clearer than it has. And I actually dread going back because of how I feel right now. I feel like I'm in a positive place. So I don't want to subject myself back to that place of scrolling and wasting my time and then putting myself in a box where I can't come out of. But this is where discipline comes in. This is where you have to hold yourself accountable if you decide to take a break because you will want to go back. You will wonder if you have made the right decisions. But then when you realize that you're getting more stuff done, you're living in the present, there's no urge to take pictures, there's no urge to um scroll. Well, there's going to be the urge to scroll, of course, but there's no urge to constantly show what you're doing on social media. And you also realize the people who realize that you're gone. Obviously, on WhatsApp, whoever has my number will know that I'm around. But otherwise, from that, people will not notice. People that are not close to you will not notice that you're gone. So you have to take that into account as well. So that's my experience of quitting social media for 2 weeks. What I'm going to do is be more mindful of what I'm looking at. One way to do that is follow the pages that you want to follow that will have a positive impact on your life. For example, I follow a lot of mental health pages, a lot of animal pages, a lot of food pages. You can a lot of book pages. So follow things that you are genuinely interested in that won't affect you negatively. That's one way to approach it. If you catch yourself scrolling, put down your phone and try to indulge in one of your hobbies. That's one way to beat it. I have things like no social media Sundays that I'm trying to do. So that's also one of them as well, to mindfully use social media and mindfully, know what you're putting into your mind, because sometimes you will be scrolling for days and then your thoughts, you find it hard to distinguish what is your thoughts and what is the thoughts of others. So yeah, we have to be more mindful of what we consume mentally. And a break is needed every now and again. So yeah, I hope this episode was very informative for you guys, and I hope that it encouraged you to take a social media break, especially in this pandemic where there's a lot of negative news going around. There's just a lot of negativity going around because of what is happening. It's making things work for us, worse for us. So it's important that we take a breather just for the sake of our mental health. So I hope that you guys enjoy this episode. Like, subscribe, and share. And remember, love, peace, and light to you all. I will see you guys in another episode. Bye.